Today, we'll cover the compliance topic of the Children's Product Certificate, or CPC, for selling on Amazon. As a seller on Amazon, you have a responsibility to ensure the products you sell have the correct safety and quality certifications. Amazon customers need to feel confident that the products they are purchasing are safe to use, especially products intended for children. Amazon requires sellers to keep up-to-date certification on listings. If you do not keep these documents up to date, Amazon may remove your products from the Amazon store. We will cover an overview of the Child Product Certificate, identifying requirements for Amazon listings, and how to upload and manage CPC documents on Amazon. Children's Product Certificate, or CPC. In the US, children's products are defined as consumer products designed or intended primarily for children under the age of 12. The government agency responsible for promoting safety in consumer products is the Consumer Product Safety Commission, or CPSC. The CPSC regulates and is subject to a set of rules called Children's Product Safety Rules. As an Amazon seller, you need to know if your product falls within the definition as a children's product. The Children's Product Certificate, CPC, is a document that outlines important information about a product that certifies that a children's product meets federal safety standards. Generally speaking, it is to ensure that the product does not pose any hazards to children. This test must be completed by a CPSC accepted laboratory in English. The components of a CPC must include all of the following: indication and identification of the product. The product must be identified and defined in enough detail to match each product it covers. On CPC documents, the ASIN takes precedence over all other product identifiers, including SKU, UPC, or product name. So, as you are creating this documentation, be sure to include that information on the application and the testing process documentation. Citation to each CPSC Children's Product Safety Rule. Not every CPC will look to citation to each CPSC Children's Product Safety Rule. Not every CPC will look the same. There are many types and categories of children's products that each have individual rules that must be addressed in the certification. It is important that before you start selling on Amazon, that you understand what specific requirements you need to cover in your CPC testing process. Identification of the importer or domestic manufacturer. Each CPC test needs at least the name, mailing address, and telephone number of the importer or manufacturer. Contact information for individual who maintains compliance records. Each CPC test needs at least the name, mailing address, and telephone number of that individual who is maintaining your business's records. Date and location of manufacturing. The dates must at least include the month and year. The location needs at least the city, state, and country where the product was manufactured or finally assembled. Dates and locations when the product was tested. Similar to manufacturing, the dates must at least include the month and year. The location needs at least the city, state, and country where the product was certified and tested. Identify any third-party CPSC accepted laboratory on whose testing the certificate depends. The CPC requires the name, mailing address, and telephone number of the laboratory. Registered small batch manufacturers who are not required to do third-party testing on their products need to include the registration number provided by the CPSC in this section of the CPC. Amazon will reject the document if all areas are not covered in the CPC document. So ensure that you review your document in detail before submitting it. The CPSC provides an example of what a business would include on its CPC. Your product CPC will likely look different, as it is important to review each citation to each CPSC Children's Product Safety Rule called out in Section 2. As a seller of the product, it is your responsibility to know the testing and certification requirements for your product. You should get the CPC prior to selling on Amazon. But there are a few indications from Amazon that your product has a compliance document that you need to submit in order to fulfill your obligations. One of these is product listing down, Amazon page not found. If your product listing is down or it is showing Amazon page not found error display, that is an indication that there is a compliance issue. This also could be paired with Amazon notification of restricted products removal, which will appear under your account health menu. This indicates that your listing has been removed from the Amazon store. Within your Seller Central page, this would show up as no image available for impacted items in your managed inventory. An Amazon page not found listing does not necessarily mean you need a CPC requirement, as it could indicate other compliance issues and simply means that your product detail page has been removed. But CPC compliance is one reason why Amazon removes pages. Seller Central, manage your compliance. For Amazon third-party sellers on Seller Central, the Manage Your Compliance dashboard lists your required documents. This can be navigated to within Seller Central by clicking Menu, Performance, Account Health. On the bottom right of the Account Health page, you will see Manage Your Compliance with a link, Product Compliance Requests, and the total number of ASINs that require a compliance document is displayed there. On the Manage Your Compliance page, you will see a list of impacted ASINs. The specific compliance requirement, estimated at-risk sales, the compliance status, and the action button to submit a document or appeal a compliance requirement. Vendor Central compliance document requirements. For first-party Vendor Central sellers, compliance document notifications are handled through the Compliance Document Requirements page. This can be navigated to on your Vendor Central account by clicking Items, Product Certificates. This page is split up between pending actions for vendors, indicating ASINs that need documentation submitted, rejected documents, expired documents, or documents that are expiring soon, and a summary of active compliance documents. Vendors can see CPC required ASINs if the document type states product images, product instructions or manuals, children's product certificate, and test reports from a CPC accepted lab. Next, we will review the process for getting your product tested by a CPSC accepted testing lab. Once you've established your testing requirements, which is a key first step, you can visit the list of accepted testing laboratories to find a lab that fits your testing needs and requirements. Amazon offers the compliance reference tool to assist sellers in understanding certain requirements of products based on their category. Simply input where you want to sell your product and search the product type or HS code in order to dig into product compliance, dangerous good information, and import-export compliance requirements. Amazon shares a list of potential service provider contact information with a feedback rating system for you to engage in directly. Each service provider will have directions for how to ship your products and the documentation required to perform testing. Upload CPC to Amazon. Once you have the CPC for the product that requires certification, you need to upload the documents to Amazon. Uploading children's product certificate to Seller Central requires you to navigate back to the Manage Your Compliance page to upload. First, in Seller Central, click Menu, Performance, Account Health. Second, click Product Compliance Requests link. Third, identify the ASIN that requires the CPC. Click Add or Appeal Compliance. Fourth, provide all of the required information, generally including product images, CPC, test reports, and additional comments. For bulk submission, navigate to Upload File for Compliance. Sixth, download the template that contains all ASINs with active requests for compliance documentation. Seventh, fill out the form. Eighth, upload compliance documents and your completed template. Finally, wait for Amazon to review the documents to approve. Uploading CPC to Vendor Central. For vendors, the product certificate page is the location to upload the CPC. Here are the steps to upload those documents. First, in Vendor Central, click Items, Product Certificates. Second, if this is a new requirement, click the Compliance Documents Not Yet Submitted View button. Third, identify the ASIN that requires the CPC, click Add. Fourth, click Choose Files and upload all of the required documents requested. Fifth, wait for Amazon to review documents or view the status under Pending Processing page. Once Amazon has reviewed and approved the documents, it is important to check your listing on the Amazon store to ensure that it has been reinstated and has an active offer. Frequently asked questions related to Children's Product Certificate or CPC on Amazon. What is a CPC? The CPC, Children's Product Certificate, is a document that outlines important information about a product that certifies that a children's product meets federal safety standards. What products require CPC documentation? Products that are intended for or marketed towards children 12 years or younger require CPC documentation. It applies to everything sold to this entire age group, and it could apply to toys, furniture, clothes, strollers, lunch bags, and more. Reach out to an expert or the CPSC for guidance on your specific requirements for testing, as this is the fundamental first step in understanding how to provide a correct CPC to Amazon.com. How do I know if I need CPC for Amazon? Every product is different, but if your product is a children's product as defined by the CPSC, then you need to get CPSC certification. How do I know if I need CPC for Amazon? If every product is different, how do I know if I need CPC for Amazon? Every product is different, but if your product is a children's product as defined by the CPSC, then you need CPC documentation. How can I get my product tested by a CPSC accepted testing lab? You can get your product tested by visiting a list of CPSC accepted testing laboratories or the Amazon Compliance Reference Tool. In conclusion, ensuring that your products are safe and have the correct certifications and documentations is crucial to your success on Amazon. If your product listing goes down from a failure to have correct children's product certification and testing, then you're missing out on sales. You can build trust with your customers on Amazon by ensuring that you are complying with applicable rules and laws that were meant to protect those customers. Each product can look a little different when it comes to CPC requirements, so we recommend you research and reach out to CPC and CPSC experts if you have any questions about testing certifications and requirements for your specific product. If you're struggling with how the Amazon system works to ensure you have these documents submitted, Go Consulting is happy to help you understand how to upload and manage these documentations